Hello everyone and welcome to Pathologic 3 Quarantine. In this free prologue to a narrative-driven adventure, watch a mysterious plague break out in a small town. Learn what drove a celebrated academic to leave his acclaimed lab, examine patients, uncover strange secrets, and make first steps towards immortality. This gameplay was taken from a live stream and I hope you all enjoy. The capital, where the Bachelor returned in disgrace after the Step town perished. Okay. You to see which is worthy of your attention. Holy shit. To reflect upon a person or an object, you must approach them closely while in concentration mode. Someone died here, there's nothing here. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. That's creepy as shit. Seems like you're doing headliners first in like 2 hours? Yeah. So, I don't know how long this demo will go for, but we'll play this, maybe one other? I'm not sure yet. Can't remember the name, nor the face. Whose reflection are you? They are human too. Okay. Everyone? Out of scorn, backs turned, out of fear. Start word, how you be, says Frank? 3 weeks ago, they tried to murder her. Thanatica, my lab, my life's work. 2 weeks ago, I left to save her. Against a very small feather, the god of death, weighing a very small heart. Oil on canvas, okay. I'm not scared of you. Go to hell, death. Not even after those 2 weeks, not scared. This is a... okay. Now. Can I, like, go through one of these doors? It says I need to press Q. What am I queuing exactly? This. Oh, shit, okay. I didn't even see that it's death. There's a number here. Round and around, imagine you are a clock's hand. What? Dankovsky. Hour after hour, closing the loop. I have to run to work, sorry I can't stay. No worries, Amy. Thanks for popping on in. I appreciate it. And drive safe. Chat to you soon. Take care. Don't die, Biff. No promises. There's no promises. Is it everything? Now.
They'll go to any lengths, Chief, but our lengths are longer.
Seraphima, why aren't you at the interrogation yet, Bachelor? You're supposed to be there already. What happened? Why did you come down here? What's going on outside? What are you looking at? They told me it's not an interrogation, actually. They just want to talk. I'm a witness, not a suspect for now. Let's ask what's going on outside.
Like old Professor Luria used to say, every cobbler should stick to his last.
Okay. Hello, Clayton. Hang on, Chief. Did they summon you because of Thanatica? Will the order to shut the laboratory down be revoked? Postponed? No, I believe I was summoned because of the sand plague. They fear the epidemic might have already spread here, to the capital. Yes, the order will be postponed. We'll do some work yet, I hope. No, they're revoking it. Thanatica is no more. Believe I was summoned because of the sand plague. They fear the epidemic might have already spread here too, to the capital. Go with that. Hiding from what's turning into a bit of a mini blizzard, but good thank you, says Frank. Keep safe, Frank, says Widow. Yeah. Running to work must be a health risk, says Frank. Alright, so Spectator, so you were the doctor who first discovered this deadly epidemic. This dirt disease? Is it true that it killed off a whole step town in a week? 25,000 dead? Seraphima, listen to me. All of this is just hearsay. Please leave our director alone. He has important work to do, and you, Chief, should hurry off now. Your appointment is at 8. Spectator says, no, answer me this. Since you're the one who's in charge, is it true or not? You said that this disease was already in the capital. I never said that. I said they believe the epidemic might already have spread here. That is what I said. And the bureaucrats are usually wrong. Not exactly 20,000, strictly speaking. Fewer, and there were 417 survivors. A scant but non-zero amount of hope. And still, what are you staring at? What's going on out there? I'm going to go with the first one. I never said that. I said they believe the epidemic might already have spread it here. Oh. That's a big wheel. Keep safe, Frank. Oh my god, that was so loud. Holy shit. Will do, that's why I'm hiding. Blizzard can't get me in the basement. Yeah. You're blizzard proof in the basement. That was loud. Okay, so there's lots of reading in this. A lot. Okay. Oh shit, what's this dude? Executor. You can go no further. Call, Ranton. Enough coring. It was I who set up the quarantine in the first place. I'm so tired of running into obstacles that I create myself. Who are you? State your name. I'll go with enough coring. It was I who set up the quarantine in the first place. Hi, Carolina lady. Welcome on in. How are you? Let's just look at the giant wheel killing us all. Yeah, why not? No point even running. Good old big wheel. I didn't recognize you at first glance. You've changed quite a bit after a week in our town. I'm Savar. Commenters. Number 72, the last of the volunteer orderly's corpse. Since you're here, consider this my resignation. So I do not accept your resignation. There's still hope. The last volunteer, the last post, the last frontier. How quickly it all came to an end. Let's go with that one. With the fireplace off, it gets too bad as well. So I'm good, but thank you. Plus, can watch Biff, Floppy, and a few others alike, so I'm good for sure, says Frank. Yep. Stay warm, and you'll be sweet, and well, we'll keep you warm with our hands and our warm embrace. You promised to save our town, but all you leave behind are ashes and graves. What lies ahead of you is not the steep step here. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm just gonna say step. But a fog of uncertainty. So where will you go now, oh man who lost to death? What a way to talk to me, 72. Grow too fond of your mask, abide by the protocol, and stop with the implications. There's a distant smell to risotto. I don't, fuck. Why are words hard? There's a railway road nearby. I'll return to the capital. They're shutting down Thanatica, my lab, and the academy must hear of this dreadful disease. No reason to stay here. The town is lost. I admit I'm not omnipotent, but I've tried. Maybe I'll return to the capital. They're shutting down Thanatica, my lab, and the academy must hear of this dreadful disease. I go with that one. Or I could invite Biff over and show him my torch. Creosote. What a word. The black stuff on the bottom of the telephone poles. Ah, yeah, okay. Executor. People whisper rumors that only the doctor and the town plans to abandon them to flee. The most fortunate, the survivors, already plan their own escapes. Could they be saved? Yes, I'll take them to the capital. I need witnesses. I couldn't save them with medicine, so I will by other means. And the sand pest should be kept within this town's limits, or else it will devour the whole nation. Some of the survivors might be infected. Quarantine means quarantine. I'm gonna go with the second one. Made from tree sap, says Frank. Each decision leads to regret the next day. Each step, the abyss. How can one sleep after that? My nightmares are a personal matter. It seems I am in a waking dream. What screeches out in the steppe? Is it steppe? Yeah, I don't know. And that shadow that almost touches the sky. Vita somnia brevi. I don't know. I'll try not to light him on fire so I don't lose my house, says Frank. I'll try not to. If it's made of wood, then be careful. Accidents happen. I'm gonna say... It seems I am in a waking dream. What screeches out in the steppe, and that shadow that almost touches the sky. Nightmares multiply in darkness. It's their nutrient medium, just like blood for a plague. Still have some matches on me. I'll find a way to fend off the darkness. See those bonfires? Those were prepared on my orders to fence off the plague district. Now they will light my path, and I'm not afraid of nightmares. Reality is much more horrific. I still have some matches on me. I'll go see the bonfires. Those were prepared on my orders to fence off the plague districts. That's his job, don't you worry, says Bleeder. The light of salvation burns and then fades. Like hope, like someone's life on a hospital bed. Do you think you'll manage to escape? She already follows you, trying to reach you. She won't just let you leave. So who is she? The plague, death? Could that be someone threatening my lab? You think I have nowhere to go? That in the capital everything is already lost? Not that step fairy tale nonsense about monsters again. I'm gonna ask death. You're a fool, bachelor. Conscience, of course, it's conscience. You cannot run from your conscience, not even on a train. No, you'd be lucky to even board the train alive. And what form your conscience assumes. That is on you and your broken imagination. You imply that I imagine that horrific silhouette, the hallucinations of a guilty conscience. It's likely just neurosis. No time to wax philosophical. The fog thickens, the bonfires fade, and I still seek a train, apparently one with escapees. My conscience is clear. I did all I could for the town. One person alone cannot fight an outbreak of an unknown disease. Yeah, let's go with the third one. Why not? Come back to where you came from, Doctor. Try to become your old self again. Just don't forget the matches. Enough with your scare tactics. Thank you, 72. If it's really you, for your volunteer service, you did all you could. Let's go that one. Press G to strike and throw a matchstick. What the hell's that thing? What? Ah? He wasn't even doing anything to it. So what? Do I just, like, have to, like, run and, like, light shit up? Okay. Luckily, I've got these matches with me. You can't chill by the fire and break out the didgeridoo? I wish. I could, I'd be doing it right now. Hi, Biff. Hi, everyone. Welcome in, D. How are you? Oh, shit. I'm going to be ill. The stench. Out, out, out. Crazy, dude. So, from my understanding, we created a plague in a lab. And it, I don't know. I guess it summoned something. Did I just die? Something will eat your head, though. The day before, in which the bachelor leaves the capital to venture to the edge of the world. Here to see things worthy. Oh, I think my game just crashed. No. Did my game just crash? No, my game just crashed. Okay, seems to not have crashed. The day before, in which the bachelor leaves the capital to venture to the edge of the world. Okay. Now, what are we looking at around here? They feed on blood. We used to keep Calipatra, the... What the hell's that? The liquidation order isn't yet. They have no right. They keep knocking beasts of burden. Countless morons. All they want is to stomp someone's face into the ground. Right, what did this say? Feed on blood. We used to keep the Calipatra felicity here, but the simple, fragile butterflies that feed on flowers and light were stronger. Okay. I have challenged this unfortunate phenomenon. We are dying every minute of our lives, and undoubtedly the surmountable phenomenon. We're seeking the cure to old age and death, a pill to cure the void. Okay. Cool. There are cats in the ceiling, says Weirder. We've made great progress in the calculations of human life, but failed to calculate a course in academia that would be acceptable for the powers that be. Sounds more like horses, really. Yeah. The neighbors are going at it hard, aren't they? Damn, dude. That just sounds like it hurts. Alright, calm down.
Need to do the reverse transcriptase test again. Pretty sure we missed the heat mark in the 4th series.
Seraphima, do you hear this peculiar footsteps on the stairs? Ominous footsteps. I think they're coming for us. If they catch you here, there's no telling what might happen. You could even be arrested.
Point on this there, huh? We're running terribly low on mice. And the mice themselves are a little feeble, lacking in enthusiasm.
I bet he's eating the mice. He looks like he eats mice. Shall I continue? The ruling goes on. Your Thanatica, the nation's only laboratory specializing in novel life extension techniques, comes across as a pseudo-scientific wild goose chase. This so-called effective immortality project. Enough, I'm sick of it already. Wild goose chase, that gaggle of ossified dotards, and there will be an inquiry based on our results at the Academy Special Commission, which, as you know, Pathologic is on. I guess, I don't know, we'll go with the second one. The natives. Head trauma, yeah. Now wipe the floor with your Pathologic. Let's call him. I'm gonna call him Carl. Yeah. Now wipe the floor of your Carl, and he'll just throw up his hands like he did with the immunology affairs last year. He's not going out on a limb for you. Wasn't it him in July going around here saying he was disappointed, or do I have him mixed up with someone else? It happens when you're tired. Pathologic will help me if I present clear evidence. Instead of sarcasm, why don't we try to thinking? It sometimes lead to astonishing results. I'm gonna go with the first one. He'll help me if I present clear evidence. Platon, oh, but there's more. As according to a number of scientists, including Voronin, Zegler, and Vilanovich, achieved significant breakthroughs. We can skip this part. There, in view of the academic council deeming it to lack any prospects whatsoever, the only rational course of action would be to suspend the research, transfer the laboratory to the purview of the Chemistry Institute, and dismiss its staff. I can recite it from memory by now. Perhaps you could retell it in verse, Platon. It would calm you down and put things into a broader perspective. You can keep on knocking, but you can't come in, says Frank. I won't let them. It's my last work. I don't know what to extend. What extent you two might say the same. I'd sooner lose a wife, an arm, an eye than Thanatica, and why does it have to be now? We just got a cellular level reaction. So what? Okay, so we're trying to create... Like, we're trying to extend life. Your tenants allowed? Yeah, they won't just shut the fuck up. Like, I'd be pissed off. This is where I'd be yelling right now. Dickhead, calm down. So yeah, we're trying to biologically create, like, extend human life or something. And by the looks of it, the feds are getting pissed off because our work is not good. Like, it's not ethical. Alright. I won't let them. It's my last work. I don't know what to extend. What extent you two might stay the same. Actually, there is still hope, Bachelor, if we present them that immortal man from the central step. What was his name? Shane? Ivan? Kane. Simon Kane. Okay, I don't quite remember. It's an odd name. Unusual. Talking him into volunteering for a study will be a task in itself. He's an influential man, not some cowherd. For all we know, he could be a governor or a magistrate in the town. Not immortal, but his longevity is quite unique. If his letter is to be believed, shy of a century and a half, and he's in great health. I'm gonna go with Kane. Damn it, YouTube notifications suck. Welcome in, Tabosi. How are you? No time, colleagues, no time. They're already climbing the stairs. Dankovsky, you need to run. There'll be no commission while you're gone. We can stall the proceedings, go and fetch us an immortal right away. It's garbage though, you know the HOA lady would already be there in a golf cart. And just crashing through the window. We'll tell them that you're away on a trip for once. The red tape will play into our hands. We'll stall. Reports, audits, you name it. An appeal if all else fails. But if they find you, they'll convene and force us to testify and we won't be able to wriggle out of it. Stop, Tafosi, says Widow. I agree. If you leave before you're handed the ruling, it's their fault for missing you. But if you wait until afterwards, that's obstruction. They won't miss a chance to hold it against you. They'll use whatever pretext they can. What about you two? What would they want with us? You're the big name scientist, so act like it. You're the one they need. And that Sheen person is just who you need. Kane. Oh, for God's sakes. Clayton, shall we toss him out the window? That's it. They're here. Hear those voices? They must be deciding whose head is hard enough to batter down the door with. Get out. The eastbound train departs at 4:15. You can make it right on time. Fine, I'll go. Oh, wait, one last thing. Have a look at this while you're on your way. You've been promising 2 for 3 months already, but never found the time. It's a tool for studying tuberculosis. The air humidity thing, remember? Kaufman, Gorski, and Stone. Right, those postgraduates with their heads in the clouds. It's long past time we got rid of them. How does it work? What's this? One last thing. Have a look at this while you're on your way out. You've been promising 2 for months. It's a tool for studying tuberculosis. Alright, how does it work? There's no time. Take the papers and read them on your way. We have more pressing issues right now. Case in point. When is report S-104 coming in, you know? The cytological. Hi there, Sister Fosi. Is he trying to be funny or what? Get out, Chief. Use the back door and don't come back without your immortal. I'll bring him with me. Alright, let's go through the back door. Teehee.
If we have the right conditions. Our current ones are only good for inventing penicillin. It's mold all the way down.
Wait, just one more thing. So, are we no longer in a hurry? One more thing, what might that be? Take care of yourself, Chief. You're so reckless. Head always in the clouds. You don't really know how to fend for yourself, do you? Do you even care about yourself? What's the worst that could happen? And as if you're any different, Seraphima. Let's go with... I forget the first one. Yeah. We're all doomed without you. Come on, it'll be alright. Hey, no crying in the laboratory. It'll be alright. Please abide by the protocol. Please abide by the protocol. No crying allowed in the laboratory. Alright, we're gonna go with come on, it'll be alright. I'm super great. Thanks, Fosi. How are you? Hey, dear Sister Fosi. Much word out. A lot of reading in this one. Holy shit. Alright, enough of this. Are you armed? I don't kill, I prolong life. You might have forgotten, but this is what our calling is. Why? I'm armed with my vast intellect and quick wit. As long as I can open my mouth, they won't know what hit them. I'm not fond of weapons. And, okay, I don't understand the rest of that. I'll go with I don't kill, I prolong life. Seraphima, do you really believe the steppe is such wild country? Please just take it with you, it'll come in handy. But I can do... best I can do is point it at someone and pretend it's loaded. Might not work on the bears, though. Well, at least point it then. You'll be very persuasive sometimes, Chief. Yes, you should know. Best of luck, you and Platon, Seraphima. Alright, we got a revolver. With no ammo. Cool. Okay, so... Alright, so there was like... I guess it was like a long introduction. What's this? I'm super great, thanks. Last night I dreamt I was on the beach in Mexico. Biff lives in the only thing keeping my real day from being a crushing disappointment, says, says the Fousey. Damn, dude.
Freeze!
Okay, that scared me then. Strange game. I like it. There's a lot of reading, and I'm bad at reading. But so far it's pretty cool.
I'm Daniil Denkovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. My research into the limits of human life has brought me renown. I've devoted all my energy and remarkable intellect to combating the greatest fear that binds humanity, the inevitability of imminent death. Seeking proof of my theories, I traveled to a small, steep town to examine a person of phenomenal longevity, Simon Kane. But I walked into a trap. The moment I arrived there, an unknown disease struck the town. It devoured the town like a wildfire. Its contagion and lethality surpassed anything humanity had ever faced. And I became the only doctor standing in the way of this unprecedented pestilence.
I feel as though that dialogue right there should be at the beginning. Like, it should start off with that, so it gives like people just a simpler understanding of what's actually happening, rather than really like these strange segments of just, oh, okay, you were to blame because of this. Okay, why? Oh, did I create like a disease? Am I the cause of this disease? And then we go to like some weird thing killing us, and then another thing going back to the lab of just us trying to... We're the reason we're trying to extend life or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that dialogue would be suited better at the beginning, but that's just me.
And last year's demographic survey, Garcon, where is it even?
Where it is even, Gorkon. I just want to like put my fingers in his mouth. Alright, Inspector, let's go back to your testimony, Bachelor. Testimony, so this is an interrogation, a preliminary investigation. Right, my testimony. How long are you going to drag this out with this dramatic pause, Inspector? I'll just say right, my testimony. Let's try to remain level-headed. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as, yes, an immortal man, a person with unique longevity, or at least the results of his medical evaluation, clear evidence that Thanatica's work had potential. I did not flee. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in, Hazy. How are you? So, okay, so because we're working on this thing called Thanatica, I'm guessing like we injected into this man, like did human trials, and I'm guessing that's why the ethics people are after us, but and then something must have gone wrong, like, I don't know, you might have gotten like infected or something. I'll just say yes, an immortal man. Yes, this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional at the site of the event. You were forced to remain there, since leaving was impossible. You led the effort to combat the epidemic and evidently took on field research as well. Accurate so far? Well, not accurate. So accurate so far, well, not accurate. The devil's in the details. You seem to be setting up some type of trap. I still don't see what exactly you're trying to find out. I'm gonna go with the third one. I'm good, Biff. Thank you, says Hazy. So yeah, for those just joining us, welcome on in. We will be playing other games soon too. I will be doing a co-op stream later on with Floppy, Shippy, and Huffy. So yeah, this is just like I guess like a pre-warm-up stream. All right, you did not succeed. A complete failure. It goes without saying that one would be foolish to fault a medical specialist in a situation like yours. The remoteness, the lack of communication, the hostile environment, the terrible conditions for scientific work. What doctor could have possibly succeeded in those? No one blames you. So first one, on the contrary, many stopped just short of saying, I deliberately brought the infection to the capital. Perhaps I should have walled myself in the lab report into my corpse? And the second one, precisely. No equipment, incompetent aides, zero authority. Given I'm not an epidemiologist, I did the best I could. We'll go with that one. Precisely. No equipment, incompetent aides, zero authority. Given I'm not an epidemiologist, I did the best I could. So, first one, I said I don't blame you, didn't I, Bachelor, for any of it? Did you hear me? The second one, besides, you were in a state of extreme exhaustion. Add to that the stress of the whole situation around your lab, and the best you could do, if I understand correctly, was nothing. Circumstances tied your hands, so you did nothing. I'm guessing he's having like a conversation with himself. I have doctor's appointment in a few hours and another tomorrow, and I still have to get my blood work done, so I have to fast to get that done, says Hazy. That's annoying. I hate having to fast. That shit's so annoying. Alright, so I said I don't blame you, didn't I, Bachelor, for any of it? Did you hear me? Besides that ordinance from last year, what? That's better. Tell me, if you'd be so kind, what causes your suspicious unease? I wouldn't assume a guilty conscience. What? Did something surprise you? I'll just say, did something surprise you? I suppose we can't rule out a setup. Too many coincidences. That letter about Simon lures me to the town. No one shows me Simon. The whole place locks down, trapping me. And while I'm left to die, Thanatica is destroyed just before a scientific breakthrough. My final hours are spent studying the sand pest. Crafty, I must admit. Alright, so looking at you from the outside, what I see is a paranoid man, an egocentrical one at that. I see a worn-out man, unsure whether he's still among the living. A man disassembled. I'm trying to help you put yourself back together. I feel as if you no longer know who you are. I look at you and feel frightened, like I'm facing someone who isn't human. And then last one, are you alone? Are you alone? Dank dude. Are you alone, dank dude? My impression is of countless people occupying the same shell over these past 2 hours, one after another. I don't know. This is hard. I don't know. All right, I'm going to go with look at you from the outside. What I see is a paranoid man and egocentrical one at that. Okay, so what do you want to know? What could I have done? All right. My first idea was quarantine. I needed time to study the disease, so I isolated patients in their homes. No, I isolated entire districts. I tried to get at least a day ahead of it. It was spreading too swiftly, and of course I ensured that no one could leave the town. And the steps you took only shortened the lifespan of this settlement. Were you always aware of the consequences of your decision? Well, these are just stupid, because, I mean, if you're going to quarantine people, then he did the right thing. So what's this? And the steps you took only shortened the lifespan of this settlement. I'll go with that one. That sucks. Hey, Z fasting is the worst, is Fosi? It is. You refer to the popular discontent. I didn't need love from them, only discipline. A difficult surgery can't be performed on a resisting patient. That's why patients get tied up, held down, or anesthetized. Oh, fuck me, man. These words. Anesthetized. Yeah, every step I took was justified, or the town wouldn't have lasted those 7 days. You spent 12 days in Gorkon area. Have them file on a desk here. You familiarize yourself with it, correct? Or you think so? Let's take a look at the timeline of your decisions, if you can tell, if you can call them that. Agreed, says Hazy. What I'm seeing is mistake after mistake. You're too intelligent to not suspect malicious intent here or sabotage. We'll go to the third one. Map of thoughts, conclusions, and doubts. Press J. Alright, mind map. Important events happen every day. Select a day to recall what transpired. Okay. So let's go, I guess, day 2. The immortal man is dead. The whole stupid venture of mine turned out useless. We'll go, yeah, we'll go day 2. Wait, have we already... What about day 1? Can we... I don't know if we can, like, unlock these things. An incredible tower is overlooking the bridge square. Day 1 is closed. The entrance is boarded off and it has no bearing on my task. Settled into the still water. A local lady was nice enough to let me stay with her. Hope, courage, Benkovsky. This Simon Kane is your only chance to save. Oh yeah, so I think I've already been through all of this. What is this here? Bears hide their faces. Met a strange processing near the cemetery in the evening. Obnoxious little town. Something happened at the empty lot of the one or districts, can't remember. This is crazy tree for the days. I like it. It's yeah, I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Like, so what do I do? Can I like click on any of these, or does it just like show? Is it just like a timeline in general that lets me know what's going on? I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go like, I don't think I can click on these. It's just like a timeline of just my memories. Okay. So starting from the beginning, so day 1, the polyhedron, an incredible tower is overlooking the bridge square, is closed. The entrance is boarded off and has no bearing on my task anywhere. So I'm guessing this is where he's like traveling and stuff. I don't have access to these ones. Okay. And continuing on from this. So this is day 1. Okay, I don't know. And hope, courage. This Simon Kane is your only chance to save the Natica. Settled in the still water. Yep. No Simon Kane. I can't meet that supposedly immortal man. You went to the end of the world chasing nasty rumors. And then it splits off here. Chaos and panic. People have lost their minds. It's madness out there. Stabbings, tearing clothing off corpses. They say something important has died. And then it goes on to other days. So day 2, do immortals die? Only if you come to visit them. No need to waste any more time in this dusty little town. And on the side here, she was screaming. Something's happening at the empty lot in one of those poor districts. Can't remember. And the bearers hid their faces. Met a strange precision near the cemetery in the evening. Obnoxious little town. Procession. Okay. So, yeah, day 1 is when we entered the town. Day 2. So, no Simon Kane, I can't meet the man. Do immortals die only if you come to visit them? And then there was never any Simon. The Kane family are pompous fools up to their necks in naive hysterics. Oh my gosh. They must have imagined their immortal Simon. So I don't understand, because it's like our doctors were even talking about it. Howdy, welcome in, Lady Casca. How are you? Unless it's like we got like some type of form sent to us that our creation, what is it, Thenetica or something, increase the lifespan of this guy, and we got word of it, and then that's why we're going to go check it out, so we don't actually have like pure official evidence. We only just have speculation. Very confusing for sure, says Crazy Lady. Yeah, it is. Welcome in, Breeze. How are you? So yeah, I'm gonna go with that theory, that it was kind of just speculation that our works and all that potentially like affected a man. But then again, there's also this other like, when we came into town here, there's also this other like disease thing that happened. So onwards of this, the thread is severed. The station is all but dead. No trains are coming. It's likely they never did. The immortal man is dead. The whole stupid venture of mine turned out useless. Okay. This one, that goes on to day 3. Day 2, a sick dog. A little boy caught my sleeve, anxious about some mongrel. You should go to the local sawbones. I saw off dealing with animals while I was doing my residency. Mold. The crude sprawl has a nasty smell. Do they at least have sewers here? The air has gone black. The factory spews some kind of soot. Algamiski, their owner, should thank the heavens I'm not really a government inspector. Okay. So, alright.
Your talent doesn't have too many admirers. Everyone's against you. Tegla, Villanovich, Voronin. Shall I continue?
Well, why are you looking at me like that? As if you're seeing this for the first time. As if this is the first time. It's not like I've rummaged through your papers. No, not the first time. You showed me 2 hours ago at the start of our conversation. I'm sorry, but what's written here is utter nonsense. This isn't how it happened at all. And facts lifted from their context, twisted into new ones. You know, the worst lie is partial truth. I'm gonna go with the first one, as if this is the first time. It's not like I've rummaged through your papers. Alright, let's look at the 5th day. Remember when you seemingly admitted the vaccine was possible? You had volunteers brought to you, inoculated them with sandpest. Are you still with me, Denkovsky? Look me in the eyes. Are you here? I am here, but I'm not certainly... Wait, but I'm not certainly not with you. Whose testimony do you even base this on? Who slanders my name? And no, incorrect from the start. Do you intend to provoke me with this preposterous document? What is your goal, Inspector? So I'm guessing he's like... I don't know, I feel like this guy might be like part of his subconscious or something, and he's just like fighting with himself, like blaming himself of this disease that happened, like whatever happened. Because it's like, it goes like back and forth conversation between the inspector and me. And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, yeah, he's talking to himself, like he's subconscious. I'm here, but I'm not certainly not with you. Whose testimony do you even base this on? Who slanders my name? Okay, so look at that trembling lip. Calm your nerves. The very reason you're sitting here is so that we may find the truth, isn't it? Doesn't matter. You've said enough in 2 hours to not only be fired from your department, but also tried as a criminal. Yeah, so like, because it goes to me now. And like we're questioning ourselves, like we're interrogating ourselves. So I'm going to go with the second one. Calm your nerves. The very reason you're sitting here is so that we may find the truth, isn't it? I won't be intimidated. I'm a doctor, a scientist. Do you hear me? I've come back from a hell, the phantasms of a nightmare. Wait. I come back from a hell the phantasms of a nightmare could never betray, and I work there as a doctor. Do you understand? A doctor, not an exterminator or inquisitor, not a police inspector or army commander. I'm a medical professional. The number of people you've personally killed already puts you ahead of many in the army and police. Damn, dude. Way to shit on him. I'm not trying to intimidate you. Perish the thought. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted as well. You must have misunderstood me. And you're an intelligent man, Doctor. One with decisive judgment. Unafraid to make mistakes and answer for them. I admire you. I'm gonna go with the first one. The number of people you've personally killed already puts you ahead of many in the army and police. Roasted his ass. Alright. Enough with that tone. Don't you grow tired of it yourself? Put this on record. That backwater didn't have a hospital, understand? It did not have a hospital. But it did have a theater. So I repurposed it somewhat into a hospital. I studied patients there. Creating a vaccine was the priority. That's what I did. I vaccinated people. So you did that each day, every day. An hour ago you said vaccine is impossible. And in the end, the town died out. I'm going to go with the second one. An hour ago, you said the vaccine is impossible. Creating a vaccine isn't as simple as brewing a cup of tea. The disease mutated fast. The scientific community had never seen anything like it. I had to create a vaccine every day. Do you understand? A new one each time. All the while, I had no equipment, no lab. I had to improvise new methods in a matter of minutes. Hospital, you know what? I believe you. But I need more details. Facts. A theater, let's talk about the 5th day after you arrived. And records from the 5th day state that out of the 780 patients vaccinated, 412 died. Let's go with the first one. So what kind of game is this? I don't know. I honestly thought it was something completely different to what it is. I guess this is kind of like a psychological horror / simulation, and we created this what was it, like a, I don't know, we're scientists that created this thing that helps increase human life, and biowarism. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make. It's like it has like supernatural aspects to it too. So from my understanding, this scientist, this guy is us, and I'm confused. Yeah. So it is actually really confusing. So this scientist is us. We're the bachelor guy. It's weird. That's what this is weirder. We created this thing called Thanatrica or something, and it's supposed to increase human life and I guess make people immortal. That's this guy's human work. So it breached ethics, really. So people like the police and stuff got wind of this, what this scientist was up to, and it kind of breached the laws of ethics and whatnot, because I think he might have been doing like human studies or something. I'm not too sure. And anyways, as the police were going to arrest this guy, his co-workers were like, all right, well, you got to go, like, we've got word of this guy who has taken your creation, like your scientific creation that is now known as like the Immortal Man. Simon Kane, I think his name is. So you got to go see him and bring him here to show the police that, okay, your work is legit. Like it's ethical, it's legit, it works. But as he went to this new area to find this Simon Kane, as far as my understanding is, it's like it was all bullshit. Like his scientists were like the documents that they got that this Simon guy was real was just all bullshit. That's what I'm getting. And then something happened while this guy was there. Like once he found out that this Simon Kane guy was not real, or whatever it was, then a disease started like struck the area. It's called like a sandman disease or something. And then this scientist guy, like single-handedly had to like try to create a cure and save all these people. That's, yeah. I hope that kind of, that's my understanding. I could be completely wrong, but I hope that kind of like summarizes it a little bit. Hope to see you later next stream, Smoking. Just came in to say, hey Biff, I've got to go in an hour and a half. Have a good stream. No worries, Smoking. Thanks for popping on in. I appreciate you. Take care. Chat to you soon. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I thought this was going to be completely different, like very much more hands-on rather than just like a lot of talking. I'm shit at talking, but here we are. Let's continue on. So yeah, we're brought in for questioning at the moment by an inspector who's trying to figure out like what's going on, why were we in town, are we the cause of this disease? So creating a vaccine isn't as simple as brewing a cup of tea. The disease mutated fast. So hospital, you know what? I believe you, but I need more facts. Yeah, I don't know. It's a real trippy game. Like, it's taken a little bit for me to understand like what's happening. Honestly, if I knew it was so like dialect heavy, I probably wouldn't have streamed this. I feel sorry for anyone who's watching me read this shit out. Like, right, so day 5. Press J to open the mind map. Your current goals are displayed there. So today, day 5. 5th day in the town. Third one at the hospital, the plague runs rampant. I still hope to find a vaccine, but for now, only the quarantine protects people. Interesting. I'll never understand the game. It's hazy. Yeah, it's a bit of a trip. I don't know. So this is day 5, where we're trying to create a vaccine to help people. Tragedian? How do I even say that? Tragedian? Seigneur, you're here. Upon the stage once more, the man who made a hospital out of. The theater will have eyes on him aplenty. Do you know what the orderlies behind your back are whispering? What are they saying? I don't care about the gossip. Still can't believe that the miserable little town didn't have a hospital until I showed up. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the third one. He's probably like tired, pissed off by day 5 of trying to like help people. Welcome to Biff's audiobook. Yeah, listen to me stutter and just enjoy my dyslexia. That makes 2 of us as weirder. So yeah, we're going with the third one. I still can't believe that this miserable little town didn't have a hospital until I showed up. And all applaud that you established it. However, what? Out with it, thespian, since you're talking already. I have a feeling that I can't avoid hearing the gossip, can I? We'll go with that one. When they're alone, your servants whisper thus. They say, you have a seesaw in your head. They picture you a man atop a broad, atop a barrel, gun in hand, aiming as you roll, and teeter to and fro. Quit distracting me with idle chatter, a seesaw inside my head, maybe the rumors have a little truth to them. So he's pretty much calling him crazy. I'm gonna go, yeah, I'll go seesaw inside my head, maybe the rumors have a little truth to them. Extremes, senor. Extremes can kill you dead. One moment, mirrored in apathy, the next in mania, trying to do everything at once. You are caught between your pondering heart and your 2 hesitating feet. A man of impulse, yet sometimes paralyzed. That, there, is your seesaw. Fair enough criticism, but how else could I be not to veer into extremes when a whole town is being consumed by a novel disease? And this is all just speculation. I'll go with the second one. Hard not to veer into extremes when a whole town is being consumed by a novel disease. As we stand here in the old theater, let me then play the doctor and prescribe balance, the golden mean. Though you may yet be swept to Scylla? Yeah. May yet be swept to Scylla or to Charybdis. Why are these weird words? Yeah, I don't know. The god means that you may not be swept to something or other. I'm guessing it's like, I don't know, it's like a sympathy or something. Symphony, not sympathy. And even now, what do you feel as soon as you approach the sick, indifferent, and gloom begin to burden you? I feel as though I'm already exhausted, already anticipating failure. The thought alone drains my strength. You're exaggerating again. If I were really so depressed as to be catatonic, I wouldn't even have started this conversation. So much talking with no particular use. Give me your impression of a prescription if you fancy yourself a doctor. So I'll go with the first one. I feel as though I'm already exhausted, already anticipating failure. The thought alone drains my strength. Hi, welcome in, Julianne. How are you? Welcome to the strangest game we've ever played on this channel. It's a trip. It is a trip. Alright, the strongest treatment is right here. The same we use to numb the hopeless sick. These drugs may work for you as well. But mind that as you take them, you become accustomed to them and you'll need more and more each time. Perfectly aware of that. Isn't that an extreme measure? I didn't expect I'd be choosing between using medication on myself or on a patient. Go with that one. There are other ways as well. A drink, a smoke, perhaps. Things you may not expect can stabilize you. To warm yourself by the fire, wash yourself in cool water, even kicking a trash bin in frustration. You will know what helps you best. You are a scientist. Experiment. Hey Biff, hi all. We'll be lurking while cooking to feed the animals. No worries, Angel. Thanks for popping on in. I appreciate it. Have a good lurk. Give the animals some delicious food. Hi. Oh, hi Biff, says Julian. Hi there, Julian, says Wood. Hi, Widow, says Julie. Alright, quite an experiment. Measuring the psychological effect of kicking cans. I'll be sure to report my findings to the capital. Yes, I should be looking to keep myself together with the bare minimum. I can't afford to lose focus when dealing with patients. Thank you, Thespian. It is easy to forget the simplest things. I'll go with that one. Eating Biff, welcome in, Jessica. How are you? Welcome, welcome. And yet it wouldn't hurt to take some pills with you. Who knows what madness lies ahead. Take something from the hospital supply. Besides the other fronts you struggle on, there's the struggle with yourself, senor. What could be harder? You could have just said medicine. I remember and I dread. You actors do love to exaggerate. I'll go with the second one. I remember and I dread. Okay. Hi, Angel and Jessica. Hi, Widow and Chad. This is Jessica. There even a reason to talk. Apathy. I guess not. What's this? If you think you're seeing something terrifying, it's always just people in masks. They're just people in masks. They're passed for a Greek chorus. If this were a tragedy, but it's all Vadaville. Okay. So technically these are supposed to be doctors, but also I think it's like part of our imagination. But these are our patients up here. This Pathologic 3. Yeah. It's really weird. It's a bit of a trip. Like, I don't know. I'm bad at reading, so there's that, and on top of that, it's like, it's very all over the place, I feel. It's a trippy game, but yeah. Also, welcome on in, Floppy. Welcome, welcome. If you guys haven't checked out Floppy Sword, please check them out. I'll be playing with them later on with Puffy and Shibby. We'll be playing a bunch of cool games that are less chaotic than this one. So if you guys, yeah, check that out, that'll be sick. So hospital patients must be questioned, examined, and their symptoms recorded in the casebook. Game name shouldn't be in the title. This is should be in the title. This is bullshit. Yeah, for real. I should be using screenshots from the actual game too. Not AI artwork. What? He's loading a gun. Oh gosh. Ah. Right. So I did something wrong. I don't know if that's, yeah, I probably should have swapped screens and that's fine. Alright. Less chaotic. Hashtag professional streamer. My floppy things were the things we complain about in the comments, am I right? Says Jessica. Okay, so we can really skip through this. So he's pretty much just saying we need to take medication. So before I even go up to see those guys, sup Biffy and chat, welcome in, Goma Pa, how are you? Before I even go over there, I might need to take some medication potentially. What if I press J? So today, that Biff knows the likes of us are joking. Yeah, some people aren't though, but it's still funny, I laugh at it. Or are we, says Julian. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome in, Dr. Eli. Hi, weirdo. This is Eli, welcome on in. Okay, so let's go well caffeinated over here, says Gumapa. Nice, we love to hear it. So, do I need to talk to these guys then? I must have, okay. I'm here to raise a collective complaint, Doctor. These cloaks, they're very uncomfortable, sir. They make it hard to use your hands, and you can't see a damn thing through the mask. On top of that, we have to burn them every night because each time we've been to an infected area. IBF says, Eli, is this a jump scary type of game? Not familiar with this or the first two. No, it's like, I think it's like the best way to compare it is, you know those games that have a lot of like text and you make decisions and stuff and like your decisions have like an outcome. I think it's kind of like that. But I don't know. Like I don't know, because I didn't expect this game to be like this in the first place. And I haven't touched the first two either. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of text and a lot of brain power to figure out what the hell's actually going on. Alright, for starters, introduce yourself properly. What can we do? There's nothing else we can use, but the town theater has a warehouse's worth of these costumes, enough to last us a lifetime, given our current life expectancy. And on the upside, they make you very visible. They also grant you a gravitas that commands respect and raises your prestige as volunteer or orderlies. We'll go with the second one. What can we do? There's nothing else we can use, but the town theater has a warehouse's worth of these costumes. In a free prologue to a narrative-driven adventure, watch a mysterious plague outbreak in a small town. Learn what drove a celebrated academic to leave his acclaimed lab. Examine patients, uncover strange secrets, and make first steps towards immortality. Yeah. Thank you, Floppy, says Weirder. Kind of being a dick by complaining about introducing himself. Yeah, it's just like, I guess it's kind of like, it's day 5, he's like exhausted as shit. And he's just, yeah. He's just over it, and he's just pissed off. Alright, so we'll go with the second one. What can we do? What about you? Sava Reminentes. Number 72. I'm an orderly on quarantine duty. What are your instructions? Sounds familiar. What were you doing yesterday? Right, Sava. Here are your orders. Take a dozen trusted people with you. I'm reassigning you to the cemetery. Burials, cremations, and all that. You're dismissed. You have a family, right, Sevar? Here are my orders. Take off that ridiculous costume. Take your family, hide somewhere in the steep with them. Kinda looks like my ex, says Angel. Floppy says, is Frank. Put some Red Bull and an espresso machine in the staff lounge. Floppy def. Copy pasta. He did not type it out. Oh, copy paste. Yeah, that's the main description of the game in Steam. So number 72, I'm early on quarantine duty. What are your instructions? So what were you doing yesterday? We cleared out this place like you ordered. Remember the size of the crowd that showed up yesterday? You said a hospital's for doctors, not the sick. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, okay, yeah. What are you on about? I never said that. No, this won't do. Allow me to correct you. I said we needed space to work. I said the sick ward was going to be at the station now, and this place would be a research facility. That was what I said. Correct. The school bell is for the teachers, not the students. Parliament is no place for debate. Medical science is not for the people. Well, these are all shit. Like, so, no, this won't do. Allow me to correct you. I said we needed space to work. I said the sick ward was going to be at the station now, and this place would be a research facility. That's what I said. God, I don't know. Have sex with him? Yeah, I'm just gonna like grab his mask and then shove it places where it shouldn't be shoved. Can I get a cinnamon on top? Says Gumapal. That sounds nice. I'm gonna go with the third one. So correct, the school bell is for the teachers, not the students. Parliament is no place for debate. Medical science is not for the people. Basically, those who have the sandpass are beyond help. They're supposed to go to the general sick ward at the station to die. You had us give them morphine, laudanum, lead, and whatever else eases their pain. And the patients you wanted us to bring here were the rare ones who hadn't died within 5 hours and could even still walk. That is correct. These are the ones that we're going to work with. I'm afraid this is how history will record my orders, even though I meant something else entirely. Right, listen up. From now on, kindly record everything I say verbatim. To the letter, is that clear? I'll be checking. Now, let's go with the first one. That is correct. They're the ones we're going to work with. Alright. Marat. Marat? Yeah. Marat, number 28. Started my shift at 10. What's our plan for today, Doctor? The vaccine, obviously, we were unsuccessful yesterday and the day before. Therefore, today, plans remains the same. It's only ever one plan. Every effort goes towards the vaccine. Right now, we're going to identify the strain. Out of the 780 vaccinated patients from the past 3 days, how many have died? So we're going to identify the strain. Alright. We've been catching those longs, as you instructed. You know, the rare cases where they get infected but resist the sandpass for a long time. We've got 3 again for today over there on the platform, the stage. Give them lead? I know. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. In other words, it's just like, yeah, you're gonna die. Let's help speed up the process, and pretty crazy. Just 3, shame. Well, at least they'll be done quickly. What the hell? I told you yesterday that they have to be kept separate. No contact between them. How is that unclear? I hope none of them are faking it. Yesterday you brought a lot. Yesterday you lot brought in no less than a dozen enthusiastic pretenders. I'll go with the first one. Just 3, shame. Well, at least we'll be done quickly. Here's a tip for the barista, says Gamapa. Very interesting game. Yeah. It is. This is like something I'd probably like... I don't know. It's more something that I would like play in my own time, I guess. Orderly, okay, so Doctor, last night we had a chat amongst ourselves and there's something we don't get. What's, like, the point of figuring out what those lungs are sick with? Besides the sand pest, they're gonna die either way. How does it help us if we figure out that they also have, anemia? Or, I don't know, measles. On top of that, earth and plague, I mean. Wait, how does it help us if we figure out that they also have anemia, measles? I mean, I guess if we figured out that if they would have other types of diseases, then that might be the reason that prolongs the main virus. My guess. Dare you to randomly pick one without reading it? I won't really do anything, I'll just continue on. You wouldn't understand, it's difficult to explain, it takes a long time to wear rest for that. To make this as simple as possible, the body wages wars. Whenever there's a disease, it sends its soldiers into battle. Sometimes those soldiers help fight other diseases along the way, including undiagnosed ones. It might seem like the more diseases a person has, the sooner their strength is drained, but that isn't the case. On the contrary, one disease can sometimes suppress another one. I'm waiting for the part where I like this game because I thought I would love these games. My dick went super soft since joining. Yeah, it's I thought it was gonna be like something completely different rather than just this is it. Like, this is the game. This is like just talking and shit. We make each day's vaccine from those who are fighting off the current strain of the sand pest. The strain of the day, do you understand? You're dismissed for now, number 28. Go on, Pa, coming in with $4. Thanks for the coffee. Go, Pa, mate. Your access, Jessica. I thought it was an open world doing quests, healing people. Yeah. I don't know about I thought it was like, you go into a town where there's like all this weird, like not alien, but like weird creatures and shit, and you like fight them. And you like have to survive against them. Here's a coffee for Biff. Thank you, Goma Pa. I need it. Put it away, Floppy, but I agree, says Frank. The only war that we're having here is with our brain trying to figure out what this game's about. Maybe you have to get past the first part of this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We make each day's vaccine from those who are fighting off the current strain. I'm going to go with, on the contrary, one disease can sometimes suppress another one. We'll go with that. Screw it. Stop paying attention to the game a bit ago. Just here for the company, says Frank. Yeah, that's fair. I respect it. Alright, let's have a look around. I don't know if we need to take pills before we go up there, because you kind of just like left, right, 80s gun, goodnight. Patients must be questioned and examined and the symptoms recorded. Alright, so what have we got here? And I'm terminally exhausted. They are terminally ill. Studying their intercurrent disease might lead to a vaccine for the plague. You should have watched someone else play this game before you decided to play it, says Hazy. Nah, that takes effort. I don't watch people before I play the games. What's the point? I like going into games like without knowing what's going on. Otherwise, I'd just get bored. I'd just know what's gonna happen. Zero education, dozens of opinions. A man of the people is the worst sense. What a blockhead. Son of a local medicine man, medical school dropout. Artemy Burke. But his hands are gentle. Okay. What's this here? Creepy as shit. Alright, go back up. Nina the Wild and Victoria the Warm seems like you could have used the rational one. Yakov Little. Could it be yesterday's technique has provided to be the right one? As your assistant, it's my duty to inform you that among the recipients of yesterday's vaccine, There appears to be 0 mortality. That is to say, no notification so far. Biff jumps into a game blindly, shouting, "Surprise, motherfucker!" Is gonna pop. Yeah, pretty much every game that I play, it's literally like that. Won't lie. So that doesn't really tell us anything yet, but let's assume at least some have avoided the infection. It's a real shame we can't put them under proper observation in an isolation ward. It would have simplified things a lot. You're not my assistant, Mr. Little. More of an extra pair of shoulders with no great burden to bear. Give me a report of what you have done in the meantime. Holy shit, dude. What an asshole. Alright, let's go with, let's go with second one. It's a real shame we can't put them under proper observation and isolation ward. It would have simplified things a lot. Wonder what his title for the VOD will be when he uploads it. Play game, slow burner, good, I guess, says Jessica. We'll wait and see. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know if, like, we're close to, like, finishing this prologue or not. While you were away, maybe I'll make the title, like, lots of reading. I hope you enjoy. While you were away, I tried my hand at diagnosing using your procedure. Did you? I'm intrigued. Hope you didn't mistake measles for pneumonic plague colleague. Really? Then suppose I'll go attend to other businesses. Alright, I'll go, did you? I'm intrigued. So I noted down symptoms using your approach. I crossed off illnesses based on the principle of impossible combinations. But I didn't really get anywhere. You know, sometimes I try to think like you do. I give it my best, try at that. I do this just so I can understand you just a little, and I fail every time. The way your head works is completely mystery to me. Do you have the anamnesisness? You know, sometimes I try to think like you do. So what, he's talking to himself now? This is what I don't get. Why does he start talking to himself all of a sudden? What does that word mean? Could you remind me? I don't think I recall it. Yes, let's go with that. Say it again. Getting the patient's medical history or anamnesis is your first priority. There are strictly 3 steps. Step 1, interviewing the patient. It always comes first, no matter how tongue-tied or confused they are. No matter how much they get wrong, the information is priceless. Even if they're straight up lying, it's still important, just like if you were an investigator or a detective. Because the devil chose him to. Devs, not devil, says Jessica. But I'm no Pinkerton unlike you, but that's what they do. They lie all the time. All those people were interviewed yesterday and 2 days ago. Not a word of truth from any of them. Yes, you were somehow managing to learn useful things even from their lies, but I've no idea how. That just, all of this hurts my brain. I'm gonna go, I'm no Pinkerton, just like you. Step 2, the exam. This part requires your utmost attention. And when we take note of anything suspicious, we do it in the context of what the patient has told us. Any trifling bodily detail, scratch, bruise, birthmark might turn out to be important. Turns out to be important, got it. Still, this requires experience. Everyone is built different. That's the thing with these local lowlives. They don't have an undamaged spot on them as it is. I'll go with the first one. Turns out to be important. Got it. Your answers actually mean anything? I don't know. Like, I haven't seen the thing where, like, our shitty decisions have turned bad. The only thing I can think of is you have, like, this pathway. Like, you can open up this, like, this path and you can see what choices have been made. I'll have to show it after this. Turns out to be important. So that's the only thing I can think of is, like, the choices that you choose here may affect the path in the coming days or something like that. Or Biffy's brain cells is overclocked. Absolutely they are. I thought it would just be simpler than this. Welcome on in, Luna. How are you? Step 3, if required, a careful inspection of the surroundings the patient lived in, especially when you feel they're being coy, evasive, hiding something. In a word, lying. reticence, reticence. Reticence is never without reason. That's when it becomes a good idea to go and inspect their home. Talk to the neighbors and family. It always adds to the picture. Do you understand? Why is everyone you talk to all up in your face when there's a play going on? Yeah, look, there's no correct procedure that's going on here. Like, makes people grumpy, I guess, is just here. Especially when I'm the only doctor with no lab equipment trying to sort it out. Look how close the dude's face looks. So this guy, he's me. This is me. So I think he's like talking to himself. It's kind of weird. So that's when it becomes a good idea to inspect the homes. That takes loads of time and effort. Do you keep saying we don't have a minute to waste? This sounds like a good job for Luth, not a doctor. I understand, thank you. I'll just say, yes, I understand, thank you. Well, let's get down to it. I'll show you. Observe and memorize. Won't be around forever. I'll just say, let's get down to it. So, if we press J, let's have a look here. Patient's charts. The autolyze brought 3 more people in. Their diagnosis will get me closer to the creating a vaccine. Time to get started. Like, you do not understand. I completely just lied to their asses. I don't know. Hey everyone, this is Luna. So you're talking to yourself then? Okay, sit back slowly, says Scampa. Like, I don't even know. This day's patient believes she is healthy, but feeling well proves nothing on its own. Yeah, I haven't seen any, like, anything to... any spit in their faces. I hope we can do something to their faces. Because they're annoying the absolute shit out of me. Just looking at me all the time. Like, what is all this? Tobacco. Was that a poison, which is the same medicine? Addictive with each use. The effect becomes weaker. Alright. This is gonna paw. Stimulant. Causes irritation. So what? This causes mania. Apathy increases. So much reading has just made me so tongue-tied. Inhibition in the cerebral cortex, in other words, dulls the brain. Sometimes that's exactly what I need. So can I use? Mind state / health. At a scale represents your mind state. Increasing mania is indicated by the scale going clockwise. Increasing apathy counterclockwise. Avoid both extremes as they will hinder your health and abilities. What abilities? What are you talking about? We haven't done anything that to show that we have abilities. Okay, avoid both extremes as they will hinder your health. The artifacts casebook. What is this? First, select the patient's suspected symptoms, then choose the appropriate diagnosis. Some symptoms may be incorrect. The Oz accent saying Hooktar had me giggling. Oh, yep, this is going fast. Start getting upset when you don't know what's happening. That's what I do. I'm very upset as it is. This is dog shit. Like, I don't understand. Why would you start, like, it said that I have abilities. What does that mean? Where and how do I use those abilities? And do I like, can I kill things? Veteran tips from the professional, says Jessica. Seems to work well for you. Thumbs up, says Gomapa. So, alright. Select the patient's suspected symptoms, then choose the appropriate diagnoses. Some symptoms may be incorrect. Okay. So, they're a smoker and they have a fever. Suspected symptoms. Chest pain, cough, coughing up blood, difficulty breathing. Cyanosis. So what is this? Diagnosis. So we have to, like, choose... Holy shit, dude. So what? By having a look at what they have, we have to choose, we have to diagnose them. Okay. How do you examine her? I guess by probing. That's the only way. Wait, is there even a reason to talk? Apathy. No, this is where he went psycho last time. No, don't do weird shit. No. How do I... Let's go manic. Let's have a bit of manic stuff. Use.
Thoughts galloping.
Okay. That's it. Everyone gets a rear end exam. Yep. This is the demo. It sure is, Dr. Eli. If you are interested, it is on Steam. Probing, sign me up, Sister Percy. Galloping, sister. I'm healthy, just so you know. I don't have anything. Why did they bring you here then? That's for the autopsy to tell, my dear. Sorry, I meant to say examination. Just scare her completely. Option 2. Yeah, let's do it. Look what you want, but I don't know what you're looking for. I looked for sores on me myself, couldn't find any though. Did you have a reason to look for them? Did you suspect something? Self-treatment, how very ordinary. I'm gonna go the first one. I had a fever, that's why 2 days ago. 2 days for no reason, but I'm better now, and I had no scratchiness on my skin, no yellowing, no sandpaper scratchies, no drought of the mouth. Gaslighter, says Jessica. Yeah, actually. Just talk her into being sick. What circumstances preceded this fever? You were certain that this is nothing... You're certain that there was nothing on your skin. Sandpaper manifests on the skin first. The fever comes later. Have you been to the isolation ward? The isolation ward is where we send people to die. Alright. So... Need a physical exam for this. Uptight wench, says Floppy. Alright. Puts glove on. Let's go. Check your temperature. What circumstances preceded this fever? She's got the collapses come up. Send them all to isolation. Honestly, that's probably what I'd do. I'd be like, yep, no worries. Here's some lead. Go enjoy isolation. Our house was cleared out after the infection came. People were sent wherever there was space. Comfort is a luxury right now. Some are lucky and end up in an empty living room. Some got an attic or a cellar. Us, we were put in a boiler room. When it reached our street, they rounded up the whole caboodle of us to the isolation ward. Okay, a boiler room, you say, was turned on. Of course. The air was so stuffy in there, I tell you, but there was a silver lining. No sickness can survive that hellfire. Your sudden fever is easily explained then. Convincing, but I'll still need to examine you. Please undress there behind the screen. I don't know if this is... I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the first one because I don't want to like just randomly start seeing just naked people walking around and yeah, let's go with the first one. Your sudden fever is easily explained then. Alright, you're fine. Okay, alright. I didn't get a chance. That could have been terrible. That could have been boobies up in my face right here, right now. The channel would have been deleted. Okay. Tell them they need to be lead, so they unzip pants. Full body cavity search, get gloves, or better yet, give them all an enema. Physical exam, the patient must be examined and the symptoms added to the casebook. Open the casebook by pressing N. This can also be done during the exam. 33... 5th day of the plague. Harmful habits, smoker, and they have a fever. Okay. Suspected symptom. It worked on Dracula's Dead. Wait, it worked on Dracula Dead and loving it? Spring? Gloves? Ah, amateur hour over here. Rock dog that shit, says Gumapa. Biff rather see naked Floppy instead, says he's. So... okay, so we got 3 people up here. Okay, fine. Very pale skin. Rarely leaves home. Not much time in the sun. 65 heart rate. So you chest back, arms, arm reverse. Fever usually indicates some type of infection. You can rule out a lot of the diagnosis already. Okay, good. So I wonder, like, if we press N, like... Yeah, okay. Mopar, they're a plague. Be responsible, says Frank. Rotate the camera. So this is the chest. I don't see anything back. Like, what is this? Nothing? I don't know if that's just, like, part of the skin. Oh, shit. Here we go. Hematoma. Maybe she bumped into something. Maybe it's a symptom. I should ask where the bruises came from. So I'd probably have to back out. Okay. So, hematomia. Stone disease, itchy skin, bleeding, skin redness. So skin redness, rash. Leprosy, yikes, says Jessica. Okay. So these are bruises. So is there anything that says bruises? Lick it and see if it tastes weird. That's the only way to determine if something's wrong or not. If it tastes weird, then it's bad. But if it tastes just normal, that's fine. I second that, says Jessica. Burning sensation, fever. Sore, joints, hearing, redness around the nose. It doesn't really say anything about bruising. Heartburn. Alright, so okay. So arms reversed, hands look fine. Legs. Wait, actually, let's go back to arms reversed. Has she got a fractured arm? Bruising and fever could be infection. When we get out of this screen, we'll ask her about it. Legs look fine. Legs reversed. Ecchymosis is a medical term for bruising if that's there. Moose. Hematosis, sorry. Not ecchymosis. Oh, yeah. Can't see it. Yeah, don't see it. No, neither. Back in December, I had a constant fever of 101. Really bad cough. Went to the urgent care and they sent me home. A few days later, I had to go to the emergency room and they told me I had pneumonia. Yeah, it happens a lot, honestly. Contusion possible depending on how it happened. There's a hubby/boyfriend drink PBR. PBR. Okay, so it's only the arms. Might explain the bruising. Wait, okay, so is my guy like freaking out now? Yeah, I think he's like freaking out a little bit. Mind state/health. Let's use this. You done with the exam, doctor? Can I go now? Absolutely not. An examination with no questions asked can only happen at a morgue. May have missed something. Let's look again. Wait for me here. I'll come back to you later. So let's go to the first one. Told you everything in the last time, but if you say so, the doctor. Allow me to call my assistant in. I'll use your example to show him how to proceed during an appointment. Come here, Mr. Little. Let's fill in the patient's record together so that at least a modicum of knowledge settles in the place in your head. So you called? I'm here and ready to heed. So, Mr. Little, we have a patient here. She's claiming to be in good health despite having had a fever a few days ago. Do we take her word for it? Side, left foot, or was that nothing? I didn't see anything. Should have looked. Unexplained the bruises. Hubby was a stellar drinker. Dr. Floppy over here. Floppy. In voice X of stellarosis, dude. When I beat my wife, I make sure to leave bruises on her face, says Jessica. Oh my god. You guys. Alright. So, Miss Little, we have a patient here. She's claiming to be in good health despite having had a fever a few days ago. Do we take her word for her? Of course. Distrusting people's nowhere to live. Well, if she's had a fever, there must be a reason for it, and we have to find it. Why quiz me? Let's go with the second one. Hey, welcome in, Laura. Shit, just started raining here. Remember this. A patient's self-evaluation may be incorrect. That's why you must ask specific questions about the symptoms, about what comes up during the exam, and about the patient's circumstances and daily life. You can go get it in theory. God knows how it plays out in practice. Questions. How do you connect the answers to the diagnosis? Go to the second one. I'll demonstrate. Observe and learn, Miss Little. I won't be around forever. The patient is running a temperature. In other words, a fever. Open my casebook, look up fever, and tell me how many conditions is listed as a symptom of. Wait a second. Gee, 8 of them. Influenza, burning fever, consumption, measles, tularemia, yeah, we'll say that. Tularemia. Can't even read that one after that. An absolute tongue twister, sheesh. There's so many of them. Losing count. We're 8. 8 diagnoses fit the bill's frequent symptom, which means that you have to find others and narrow down the search, then do it again and again until you're left with just one verdict. Dismissal is what is known as differential diagnosis. The name is self-explanatory. We differentiate between similar things to find only correct solutions to our problems. Okay, that's terrible. Can't wait to give that method a try. We'll go with the second one. She get drunk? Maybe. I wonder if she, like, I don't understand. Like, if they were in a boiler room, I don't know. Like, they look like burn marks rather than bruises, but yeah, I don't know. Let's get down to it. You look pale, ma'am. How's your skin been like this since birth, or is this pallor recent? It's not like I get a good look in a mirror a lot, living in a boiler room and all, but I don't think I've ever been pale. Rich do nothings are pale. Me, I'm a commoner. Honestly, I missed most of that dialogue. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I think... So they're trying to narrow it down. They're trying to narrow down what is actually going on, and we're just like, okay, let's summarize what might be the issue. So, pallor isn't typical for you. We're marking that as a symptom, Mr. Little. Add pallor to the fever in the record. What do we get? Mere 2 conditions down from 8. It's like magic. Sorry, Mr. Dank. Can't look at the manual and follow your line. Process of elimination. Yep. Top flop, says Laura. Mere 2 conditions down from 8. It's like magic. A single symptom, pallor, eliminated 6 out of our 8 candidates. We're left with a choice, just 2. Where did this hematoma come from, my good lady? I mean, the bruises over here, next to your wrist. Did you bump into something, or is there someone who batters you? Don't worry, there's nothing to be embarrassed of when seeing a doctor. Not embarrassed, a bruise? Well, that's news to me. I've never seen this before. I can't remember anything like what you're talking about. I certainly wasn't beaten up. Must have bumped into something myself and forgotten about it with all the fuss. The boiler room is dark and cramped. That's probably where the bruising came from. Okay, so, Mr. Swappy. Mr. Dank, I'm seeing this hematomia, this fancy bruise on the list. But if the patient got it from bumping into something, it's not that kind of bruise we're looking for. I doubt that she got it in from bumping something. I don't know, it's a pretty crazy bruise. Bobby's right, she's drunk. Yeah, I reckon. Let's go with hematoma, whatever it is. Are you with us, Mr. Little? Pay attention. She doesn't remember how she got the bruise. She can only guess. The menu provides a more detailed description of the illness for a situation like this. What causes it, who is susceptible, etc. can give useful clues. I'm familiar with that. Susceptible means the high-risk groups, right? Got it. When in doubt, read about the condition in detail. Yep. Practicing medicine takes more than checking symptoms against a list with schoolboys' diligence. You have to bring reasoning into it. Here's one way to do it. Tell me, my good lady, do you garden? Do you grow anything? Anything at all, from roses to cucumbers? Cucumbers, no. Roses, I'm not following you at all now, doctor. No, I've never liked digging and shoveling earth and all that. There, earth. Does the boiler room you've been relocated to have any earthen floor by any chance? That's right, it does have an earthen floor. The boiler room isn't really suited for living in, but in these times, I'd be ungrateful to complain. How did you guess, Doctor, about the earthen floor? So why do we need that little detail? Why does the floor matter? Don't waste your sharp mind on that. Earth, earth. There's something about earth in this menu. I wish I could remember where. I'll go with the third one. Probably could be like insects or something. Simple. All kinds of things can be found in your local soils, including microorganisms capable of disrupting circulation, hence the payload. The bruises were not caused by trauma. Hematoma appears when blood vessels walls are damaged either by an external force or, as in this case, an illness, and the infection can be contracted from the contact with earth we've found. Yeah, contact with earth. We've found our diagnosis. Okay. So it was soil. Like it was probably microorganisms which caused some type of thing that made her sick. Who the fuck is seeing that? I don't know. I don't know how like little microorganisms can do like, I don't know, but we're gonna go with it. Biff's a genius. This is Jessica. You're a genius, Mr. Dank. Okay, cool. Stop it with the idolizing. In a couple more days, you'll have gotten a gist of what it is. Gotten a gist of it at the very least. We're lucky to have a simple and clearer case on our hands. I can foresee it's going to get worse from here. Have you picked up the logic? What to do, in what order? Interview, exam, follow-up interviews, then consult the casebook. We'll go with the third one. Bravo to you. Anyways, you are a true master of medicine, so patient has now the sandpest alongside. What's the other diagnosis? I've talked you through it, or you can finish it yourself. The symptoms are a fever, pallor, and a bruise. Put them together and you'll get your result. I'm going to fill in the patient's record now, and then you can read my verdict. We'll fill it in ourselves. What about me, doctor? Where am I going to go now? What happens? Thank you for the opportunity to do a very educational physical exam. You can't teach medicine without actual patients. You will remain here under observation. Your blood will be used for the vaccine. Just hope that everyone can benefit from it. I mean, no. Like, I feel like if her immune system is already crashed, then that would just, like, it wouldn't help. It would not help at all. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll go with the first one. Thank you for the opportunity to do a very educational physical exam. So, yeah. Go do your thing. So random. This is the weirdest game I've played. I won't lie. This is the weirdest thing. Does it have those things that it mentioned? Like, I don't even remember what it was. 225 doc, some type of infection, take these pills. Yeah. Yeah. 750 stock, you have footworms. And they like suck on your toes. Don't like Secret of Love. I'm gonna be awake all night waiting to play it again. You might be right. I don't know. This game might just constantly play on my mind. I'll be back for the co-op stream. Gonna run the doggers out real fast and get lunch. Have fun all. No worries, Frank. Yeah, I'll probably wrap up stream 2. Probably now, honestly. Alright, so yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, so it says here clinical picture, fever, paleness, and hematosis. Okay, cool. So we've got it down. And then I'm guessing we'd have to go talk to the other guys too. This dude looks like he's like practically ready to cark it again. Hopefully he doesn't. He shouldn't be allowed a gun. I won't lie. What's this? Prototype. It was made when we're trying to fight tuberculosis pathogens in theory. It purifies the air of microorganisms with sound of frequency beyond human perception, destroying their cell membranes. If only it could kill them inside the human body, the device would be priceless. But yeah, alright. Cool. I don't know. I'm kind of getting into it. It's weird. It is very, very weird. I'm kind of feeling it, but there's a lot of reading and my brain hurts with big words. Just shit, dude. I don't know. I might make another. I might play it again. I don't know yet. I'll wait and see.